What's up, guys? This is Time of Death doing the buried Easter egg for the side of Richtofen side. Now, if you may hear my voice, yes, I have been sick for a couple of days, so I might not sound the same. But yeah, right now, on the first parts of the Easter egg, I'm only gonna be showing you me doing it, because for some reason my computer shut off, and yeah, it cut off half of the footage. So you're only gonna get to see half of it, me playing with the Zombie Nation crew and me playing it solo. So the first part I'm gonna be playing it solo. And the first thing what you're gonna want to do is jump down here into this hole. Now previously up above where the towers are, Maxis will try to talk to you. Don't listen to Maxis, ignore him. He'll talk to you down here too. Just listen to Richtofen.
Samuel Stullinger?
What? Oh no, not again!
Calm yourself, Samuel. We're all friends here, are we not?
Not really. Me and Russman are buddies, but
And while you're down there, Richtofen should say something. Don't listen to Maxis and blah blah blah. Anyways, the first part for the Richtofen side of the Easter egg is to gather up 4 parts and build them at a energy conduit. And the energy conduit he's talking about is right here between the gunsmith and the saloon. And what he's talking about is this guillotine. And the guillotine needs 4 parts on it to continue with the Easter egg for the first part or first step. So the first part of the guillotine is going to be here down well, below, not below, but as soon as you drop down through the barn, you'll see this antenna where the stables are, and it's going to be a rusty antenna right here in the stables of the barn, and you're just going to want to pick it up and build it on the conduit. It'll say something to add part, hold to add part or something, so you just do that and build it on the guillotine. I'm sorry, I cannot remember the name, guys. And the second part is actually going to be between the gunsmith and the second entrance to the bank, the below level entrance of the bank, and you're just going to pick up this part, which is actually a piece of it's a spool with a red thread on it, and you're just going to build it right here on this guillotine, as you saw me previously pick it up. And the third one, if you can see, before I had turned around and came outside, there was this big chunk of stair missing, and when you go up to the saloon, you're going to take a right to the stairs, and there'll be this big chunk of stairs missing, and you just jump over and come outside, and you'll see this part right here on the outside of the saloon. It's actually a satellite dish, and you're going to pick it up, and it's right here by the guillotine, but it's it's upstairs where the saloon is.
It's really taking shape.
And that's the third part. Now the fourth part is actually between some rocks here, and you'll see it. It's 3 crystals or 4, and it's not going to be the right of you where this orb is. It's not in front of you because this way is blocked off. It's actually to the left of you with these planks or boards in the tunnels, and you're just going to want to jump across. And you're going to see here, right across from here, you're going to see there's these crystals in the rocks, and they're actually your last part. Now you're going to pick those up. They look kind of pink or reddish, but you're going to pick them up and build them there, and they actually will be another part in the Easter egg later on. Alright, the next part, guys, is actually you're going to have to get the paralyzer out of the box. So to be able to do that, you're going to have to hit the box a lot. I suggest you get some candy from the candy shop and use it on the big guy next to the box, because if you do, well, then the box will lock or break, or however you say it, and it'll stay there. Now the next part is you're going to have the paralyzer, and you're going to have to use the paralyzer on the orbs. And when you use the paralyzer on the orbs, you'll hear this, like when you're using it, it'll tell you when it's done when you hear a bell or a ding sound or something like that. It's kind of like a bell sound, and that's how you know you're done. But you got to use your paralyzer on these orbs like I'm doing right now.
Look at that!
And there you go. Richtofen will also say something when you're done if you're Stuhlinger. And the second one is in the tunnels, where we got the crystal. And you're just gonna hear another bell sound, like I said. And the second one, like I previously just did, was in the tunnels, where the crap, I can't remember. Where the saloon, where you go up to the top part of the saloon, where those crystals were. The third one is the right here where I just did that one, was Vulturate. Yeah, Vulturate, and it's on the left side of Vulturate. This last one is in the bushes, actually behind the ghost house, and that's going to be your fourth one, and that's going to be it. That's your last one. And the next step, it'll move on to the third step. Richtofen will say something like, oh, there's a poltergeist, or something like that, and you need to get a grenade or something and knock it down, and you have to hold or cook a grenade and just knock it down with the grenade. Plus, also, if I didn't say this before, you do need 4 people to do this Easter egg. And you knock down the lantern there, and then after you knock it down, you want to pick it up. And after you pick it up, you want to go in the ghost house and get a lot of ghost kills. And while you're killing a lot of ghosts, you'll hear these bell sounds get louder and louder and louder. And when they stop, that's when you know you're done. Plus, this is also an easy way to get through the ghost house. And also, to get the kills, you can actually just come back here, sit back, and wait. That's what I did. And just wait till they come to you and just keep killing them. And when you hear the bell sound stop and Richtofen say something, then you're done.
Listen carefully, my son. Now the lantern is full of juicy ghost juice. Oh! You must use that power to show you the way.
Alright guys, Richtofen should have said something about he's being cryptic again and all this blah 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 bull. And the next step is actually ciphering some codes, which I'll show you in a second here. Like I said, Richtofen should talk as well. And here you go. The next part is you're going to want to come up to the top of the gunsmith area where Milkick is. And you're gonna want to come to the outside of the building on top, and you'll see this lantern on the floor. Well, you're gonna have to add your lantern to that lantern to get to the next part. There it is, guys. And now you see these codes on the wall. Well, there are 5 codes. There are 5 different codes, but guys, they will always be random. They will only give you 3 out of 5 codes because you're only going to use 3 out of the 5 codes. So I will also, later on, I'll show you the other 2 codes, which we're not going to use because you only use 3 of them. So I'll show you the other 3, but these 3 on the wall are actually messages or codes, and you need to cipher them out. Now, I actually got a cipher for you guys. Now, I know in some of these Easter egg tutorials, you'll see they won't give you a cipher, but in this Easter egg full tutorial, I actually put in a cipher for you guys, so I'll be showing that in a second here. I'll also give you a example how to use it on this on the wall, the codes on the wall. So like I said, there are 3 separate codes, and also an interesting thing about these codes is the first letter of the codes will give you the code. And what I mean by that, all the letters are different. All the first letter of all the codes are different. So you get the first letter, you automatically already have the code. So I want to give you an example, and here's the cipher. Copy this down. If I were you, I'd get some pen and paper and copy this down. Because if you're in game and you have this on a pen and paper or on your phone, you can just you can cipher out in seconds. But I want to give you one little example. Let's say the top left corner where it's got the first 3 like little stick marks. Let's say that's that, and you look over to your right and it says ABC. Well, let's say it was the first stick mark and it's like, yeah, and then it'd be A. So pretty much it's really easy if you have that cipher. But anyways, we're going to move on to the next part. The first one you're going to see here in the tunnels is the first code, which is Dry Gulcher Shaft. And you're going to want to write that down as well because that's a code. The next one is Lunger Undermines. The third one is Consumption Cross. And the fourth one is Ground Biter Pits. And your last one here is Bone Orchard Vein. And what you're going to do to these signs, guys, is you're going to either get Galvanuckles or a Bowie knife. And yeah, you have to have Vulture's Aid as well. I was thinking about it. I wasn't so for sure about myself, but yes, you need Vulture's Aid as well. And when you hit these signs, you'll see this red aura come off of them. Now, you have to hit 3 signs you got from the wall at the ciphers, at the codes, the 3 codes on the wall where a mill kick is. You have to cipher those out, get them, come back, hit the codes on the wall that you got, and after you hit all 3, you'll see this white ball or aura come out of the wall. Well, it is actually called a wisp. It's a ball of energy or a ball of light, and you have to chase it all around the map, guys. And there actually, if you watch me right now, I'm showing you most of the locations because you can actually do this. One person can do this whole part, but it's actually better when you're doing this with your team. It's actually better to have everybody spread across the map to do this part, because I did this part with my crew, the Zombie Nation crew, and we did this part fairly easy. We just spread everyone across the map, and it was really easy. Like I said, the only thing you got to do is run up to this white ball of energy or light or life, and you have to touch it. Either that or run past it, and it'll move to a different location. And once it goes to the guillotine, which you're going to see here, once it goes to the guillotine, that step is done. And you're going to see I'm going to go up to it, and it's going to turn into a white orb of light or whatever. And it's actually going to go into the zombies. Now, the next part, guys, is the white ball of light on the first part of the guillotine is going to go towards these zombies. And they're actually going to go on their hands. Now, after they go on their hands, you have to kill them. So you have to kill 5 zombies. See, I kill one right here, and the orb goes back to the front of the guillotine. So I got, also, you'll see on the crystal part when you're done, you'll notice, because you have to kill 5 zombies. You have to kill 5 zombies on this part with white or whatever kind of hands you want to call them. After you kill 5 of them, there'll also be a wisp to spawn on the crystals. So every time you kill one, there'll be a wisp to spawn on the crystals. So like I said, guys, you gotta have 5 of them. 5 wisp on the crystals, either that or 5 kills. Remember by that. But you can see the wisp on the crystals, and you have to also get the kills near the guillotine. You have to get them near the guillotine. You can't get them anywhere else. Plus, now the next part, which you can see with the Zombie Nation crew, you have to put a time bomb, which you get out of the box. You have to put a time bomb on the guillotine. You have to put one on the guillotine and have everybody on the guillotine. 2 people on both sides of the guillotine, and 2 people in the middle. And after you kill the last zombie, you want to be pressed up against the guillotine. Press as hard as you can against this guillotine. And like I said, 2 on both sides and 2 in the middle. And as soon as the next round starts, you can go ahead and press your time bomb. You're supposed to use your time bomb 3 to 5 seconds after the next round starts. And after you do that, you'll be in Affinity mode. Now, one thing I want to explain about this mode, the reason why you're in this mode is because you have to find the bodies of the Black Ops 2 characters.
Wait, can I kill any of these zombies?
Lying around the map. Marlton, Misty, Russman, and Stullinger. They will all be on the their bodies will be on the map, and you gotta find their bodies. They look kind of, you know, deadish or something. They're just sitting there laying on the ground, but you gotta go find their bodies that are laying on the ground, and it'll say press something to search body. either X if you have Xbox or square if you have PlayStation.
I'm down.
And it'll say press
Oh my God,
whatever
I found
to search
infinity,
body,
no homo.
and you
What
search the
fuck?
body, and
Tap into
the
more
body
power.
will say nothing was found, or it'll say
Wait, what
a
the
switch
heck?
was found, or it'll say found a switch. And when you know you're done with this part, it'll say it found a switch. So that's what you're looking for on these bodies, guys.
I'm
You're trying
looking
to
for
find
the
a
bodies.
switch.
Where the hell would they be?
And once you find the switch, you'll be done with this part. So like I said, if it says nothing was found, then you just have to keep searching. But I'm gonna tell you right now each of the locations of the bodies of the Black Ops 2 characters. Now they can randomly spawn anywhere. They can spawn anywhere on the map except for the maze, Pack-a-Punch, or the beginning. They'll spawn in these areas that we're running in right now. And I'm going to share to you all the locations you can go check. But like I said, there's only going to be 4 bodies, and it's the 4 Black Ops 2 characters. Marlton, Misty, Stullinger, and Russman. So the spot you should check is in front of the guillotine next to the saloon, in front of the saloon entrance next to the stairs, in front of the guillotine entrance, the nav card table parts location behind the barn and gunsmith, in front of the jailhouse entrance, in between the general store and the first box location, between the candy store and general store, between the giant rock and water fountain, to the left of the church where Vulture 8 is and the red orb, near church workbench area, the alley between the bank and barn alleyway. And those are going to be the spots you're going to want to check. Now you see me checking here between the fountain and the big rock. And I find as well, guys, to survive on this, you're going to want to have monkeys as well to get away from them for a while, because you can't kill any zombies around Infinity. And you see I search Missy's body and it says found a switch.
Got it.
Okay, guys, it says found a switch when I search on Misty's body. That means the step is done. Now also, if you did not know, affinity mode will run out in 90 seconds. So you have only 90 seconds to search. Plus, if you get killed, it does not matter. I think as long as one person is up, the game will continue. But after you get the switch, you're going to build it on the guillotine. So after you find the switch, you build it on the guillotine. Like I said, guys, it's also good to have monkeys. I'm not for sure, but I think the big guy can kill him as well. I don't know, but that's it. The next part is in the maze. Well, where if you just saw, I just pressed a lever down. Now, I know you guys have not noticed any levers in the maze. That's because they randomly spawn up after you're on the next part. Well, these switches will be on the maze doors, as you can see. And there are only 4 switches. There are different colors. The only colors are red, green, blue, and yellow. Now, it's hard to figure out the order because some people just get plain downright confused. Well, let's say I'm gonna give you an example as well, so this can help you. Let's say, because there's also, I don't know if you guys knew, but when you do the switches part, there'll be like a flashing light on one of the switches to tell you that's the right one. But it's only gonna be on one of them. It will not be on the rest of the 3. Whichever one it'll like do some kind of electricity thing on the switch or something like that, or like static electricity or something on the switch to tell you that's the correct one. And it'll be just this little flash on the switch, and you'll see it when I do this last one here. And like I said, let's say, for an example, let's say if it was blue. Let's say blue blinked and you pressed it second, like this. Like it was the second lever you pressed. Well, then that means blue is second, and you got to figure out the pattern of the other 3. The other 3 will not blink. Only one of them will blink. It can be any one of them. It can be blue, yellow, red, whatever. And you're gonna see right here, yellow is actually gonna blink, or actually the switch will flash or whatever. And you're gonna see that. And when you hear the buried music, when you hear the buried music start up again, or if you're Stullinger and you hear Richtofen talking, you know you've done this step correct. That's the
He
only
said
way you're gonna
something
know
about
you've done the
bursting
step
if you
correct.
don't get it.
And after that part is correct, you need to go back to the water fountain between the ghost house and the church where Vulture's Aid is and break this fountain. The last part, guys, of this Easter egg is called target practice, which actually you got to shoot all these targets that randomly spawn up in front of you. And I know it's a little bit laggy, guys, in this part of the video, but it will stop soon. But anyways, the first part you're going to want to be at is actually the ghost house. Not in this location, though. You're going to want to be over by Vulture's Aid. Now, you want to be by Vulture's Aid, like where the graves are, where you can see the ghost house. You need to be able to see the ghost house where Vulture's Aid is, and you need to be where the little tombstones or graves are, and be able to look at the house because they're going to spawn. The targets are going to spawn next to the house. Like I said, these guys, these targets will also spawn at the second place here near the candy shop and the courthouse. And like I said, guys, these things will spawn in really fast. You'll see what I mean in a second here when I get to the last of this video. But these things spawn in really fast, and you have to hit every single one of them. Every single one of the targets. Now, the third spot you're going to want somebody to be at is Juggernog, the Juggernog area. And you're going to want to be either below, like right near the barn area, or on top of the second floor of the barn. And you're going to want to shoot out from right here. I'm shooting locations where the targets may spawn up. Like I said, there'll be this electricity flash like a hellhound, and they'll just spawn up everywhere on the map. The third, well, actually, here's the the third location. Like I just said, I just showed you another location right there at the bottom. But the fourth location is right here in the saloon, guys. This is the fourth location. You need you're the last person to be here. So everybody needs to take one of these spots. Everybody needs to take one of those spots and be shooting at the targets. And I'm just shooting places where the targets may be, guys. Well, where they will be. And you need to shoot all of the targets. And once you shoot all, and once everybody hits all of their targets, the Easter egg will be done, and it'll say Mind Games achievement or trophy if you have PS, and it will say it will also give you all the perks as well if you don't have them. But yeah, guys, I'm just showing you locations where you can stand to shoot these targets. The best location is up above the stairs. Right here where I am, right here. This is the best location. And I'm just shooting at these targets right here. See, as they spawn in, guys, as they spawn in, you're going to want to shoot every single one of the targets. You cannot miss one target, or you'll have to start over. Now, you can start over on the same round. But like I said, guys, you're not going to want to, yeah, you're not going to want to, you're not going to want to miss, because if you do, then you're going to have to start over. Plus, I say practice a lot, because if you do, you will get this in about, if you haven't done this before, you'll get in like 30 minutes. And there it is, guys. We got the Easter egg, and that is Mind Games. And that is done. Now, also, one thing I wanted to share with you guys is, one thing I wanted to share with you is when you do this part, before you do this part with the targets, why I broke the water fountain area is because before you can start this, you have to press X or square on the water fountain, and it'll say make a wish, and you have to press X or square on the water fountain after you've broken it with the booze and the big guy, and it'll say make a wish, and you do that, and it'll be on the next part. Well, guys, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys later.